Hi everyone, it's Lisa Mears. Thanks for joining me today. In today's video, I'm going to be making this card using the Spellbinders Small Die of the Month for January of 2022. Here's what the die set looks like. It's a beautiful background die with a large heart in the middle and then all these little hearts surrounding it. So you can see a closer look here. So you can actually cut out with this background die a heart, or you can use this die to put in the center of it, which has some intricate floral design on that heart. It also comes with this smaller die, which will allow you to die cut the florals and the centers of those florals that you can use on that intricate heart die. So I've taken a piece of teal cardstock and pink cardstock. I'm going to die cut each one of these pieces using this background die. So here I'm just showing you how I ran one of the pieces through my die cut machine, and then when it comes out of the die cut machine I just turned it over and I'm taking some 4-inch tape. This is the mint tape from scrapbook.com, and I'm just putting it over top of that cardstock so that I can keep all of those pieces connected, because all of those little lines in that die, they actually are cut lines. So what happens is if you don't keep them together, you're probably going to have all little pieces come out of your die cut machine, and it'll be hard to tell where they go when you're putting your card together. So I did the same thing for the teal piece of cardstock, just putting it on that mint tape to keep those pieces together. And then the easiest thing that I found to put all of these little pieces together is to take a piece of white cardstock, cut it down to 4 inches by 5¼ inches, and that way you can actually piece all of these little puzzle pieces is what I like to call them together. And the reason I say 4 by 5¼ is because that is the size of the die. So if you cut the white cardstock to be exactly the same size as the die, and then take all of your little puzzle pieces and glue them onto that white cardstock. So again, it's just like putting these pieces of a puzzle together. I'm just taking a piece of pink, a piece of teal, and then just making this background have both of those colors intertwined. And what's nice about this is that using these two colors of cardstock, you can actually create 2 card panels, which is what I'm going to do, because you'll still have the leftover pieces to make a second panel. Now this die is going to be perfect for Valentine's Day coming up. You can also use this die for any type of love cards, anniversary cards, wedding cards. I just love this die. I think it's so pretty. So here I'm going to take a piece of the gold mirror cardstock by Spellbinders. I'm just putting some double-sided adhesive tape on the back of this cardstock before I run it through my die cut machine. So I'm going to have gold as my accent piece. So I'm going to go ahead and run that through, but before I run that through, I am going to drop in that intricate heart right in the middle. And then once I run that through, I don't need to worry about using that mint tape now, because I have the double-sided adhesive tape on the back, and it's actually keeping it together for the most part for me. So I don't need to worry about that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of those little hearts and I'm going to piece them back inside of my card panel. And these hearts already have the tape on the back, so I don't have to worry about putting glue, and I'm just going to piece them all in there. And I'm going to save some time by not showing you all of the details here, and I'm going to do the rest of this off camera. So here's what it looks like when it's complete. And now I'm just going to take one of the hearts from the teal piece that I die cut, glue that right back into the center. And then I'm going to take my gold intricate heart, and I'm just going to weed out all of the pieces here that I don't need. And then once I've done that, I'm going to put that right on top of that teal heart on my card front. You can see how intricate that die is. It is so pretty. You can actually use that die by itself as well. You don't have to just use it on this with this background. You can use it on a card by itself. Look how pretty that is. Okay, now I'm going to take a piece of the pink cardstock with double-sided adhesive, and I'm going to run this smaller die through my die cutting machine. And this is going to cut out all of the little flowers. And these flowers are the same size as the flowers in this intricate heart. And I'm just going to pop them right on top to add a little bit of color here. And then I'm going to do that for all of those flowers. And off camera, I went ahead and die cut that same die with the teal cardstock, and I'm taking all of the little dots from that die cut piece and putting them in the centers of all of those flowers. So here's what that looks like when it's completed. And then for my sentiment, I'm going to use the Spellbinders Clear Stamp of the Month, and I'm going to use one of the sentiment stamps from that stamp set. I'm just going to take a piece of white cardstock. I did put some powder over top of that because I am going to be doing some embossing. I don't want the embossing powder to stick where it's not supposed to. I just inked up the stamp that says I love you with some Versamark ink, and I'm putting some gold embossing powder on the top of that. And then I will go ahead and use my heat tool to heat set that. Now, there is a die to cut that out, so if you happen to belong to not only the clear stamp of the month, but the matching die of the month for the stamps, you have this banner stamp that I am going to use here to die cut the I love you out. So now it's a small little banner. I'm going to add some foam to the back, and I'm going to pop that up right in the center of my heart. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue there on the foam just to make sure it stays secure to my card front. Okay, and then I am going to take this card front and I am going to assemble my card. So I have a piece of gold mirror cardstock that I cut down to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I did cut the center out just so that I can use that on another card. I put that gold mirror cardstock on an A2 size card front that measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and now I'm just popping on my decorative card layer. I just love the way that this card turned out. I think that is so pretty with all of those gold accents. So as I said, you now can take your other pieces that you have and make 2 cards. And you can see the card on the left has the pink heart with the flowers in the teal. And the one on the right has the teal heart with the flowers in the pink. So I just use all of those pieces. I did have to die cut another gold panel to get all of the gold pieces on the inside, but that was no big deal. So if you're interested in finding out more about this die set and the Spellbinders Small Die of the Month, as well as their Clear Stamp of the Month, I will have links down in the description box below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.